Just how do you feel like you guys have progressed now through a couple of games since Arkansas State on the line?
I think we're moving in the right direction. Saturday was probably our best game so far, but there's still a lot of room for improvement. As individually and as a whole group, we got to keep being physical and keep sustaining blocks and keep communicating at a high level and keep protecting for the most part. Especially the last 2 weeks, we've done a good job in protection. We got a big challenge this week. TCU is a good team. They got a good defensive front, a good front seven, so we got to have a good week in practice. But as long as we keep playing physical and keep competing, I think we're going to be all right.
As an offensive lineman, how tough is it to see what happened to Skylar when he gets knocked out of the game in that situation?
That's tough. One, as an offensive lineman, and two is just a friend. You know, Skylar's one of my best friends, so that sucks. But at the same time, you gotta push on with the guy who's in there. You know, next man up, and Skylar would have that mentality if any of us went down. It sucks to see your teammate, your brother, get a little banged up, but you got to focus on the now and on the next guy who's in there and rallying around Will and play our game and control the line of scrimmage and give him time to make plays, and that's what we did.
It seemed like that was a pretty physical game on Saturday. How physical was it to you?
It was pretty physical. My body feels a lot better after this game than it did against Oklahoma. I think I'm getting a little bit more used to playing in full games again, but we definitely did a better job of coming off the ball in the run game and getting displacement from the line of scrimmage and giving our backs bigger lanes to run. And that's what it's going to take for us to win. That's what it's going to take, both offensively and defensively, is controlling the line of scrimmage. So if we can keep doing that, we'll be in a good spot.
Appreciate it, Noah.
Thank you.
Derek?
You know, late in the game, you know, it's kind of winning time. You guys have a true freshman running back, a true freshman left tackle, and true freshman quarterback in the game. What does that say about you guys still being able to do what you did with, you know, that kind of inexperience? And how much, like, leadership and responsibility did you shoulder in those moments?
I can't say enough good things about Carver Willis and how he played, and I can't say enough good things about Deuce and about Will. I don't even look at Deuce as a true freshman. That guy might be more mature than I am. And I'm 22. So, and Will, man, that guy was poised. He was confident. He did not seem fazed by the moment at all. He was completely ready for it. Coach Colin Klein did a great job of talking to him, and Skylar did a great job of talking to him and keeping him chill. And I think the coolest thing about Will is that he was smiling and joking around a little bit in the huddle and just having fun. And I just told Will, you know, we'll handle it up front. We'll handle the huddle. We'll get everything going, and you just worry about your job. And that goes, you know, credit is to the entire offensive line, as, you know, Josh, Ben, Duff, KT, and Carver is, you know, we all kind of took a little bit extra responsibility for handling a little bit more of the load for Will, and Will made plays, man, and that's the name of the game.
How massive of a challenge is it to play left tackle, which is kind of a premium position, as a true freshman?
I couldn't tell you. I've never done it. But I'll say thing about offensive line is if you play really hard, you can make up for whatever deficiencies you have as whether it's size, whether it's experience, whether it's, you know, being a young guy who doesn't have the best technique yet. And that's one thing that, you know, I'll say about Carver is that dude plays hard. He plays with an edge, and he plays with a lot of finish. And, you know, that paid dividends for him on Saturday, and he competed, and he came in when we needed him to, and spilled KT for a little bit when KT needed a bit of a breather. And then when KT got back in there, he did a great job too. So.
Adam?
Noah, coming into this season, K-State, like usual in football, was underappreciated and people didn't expect much like they should have from this team. But now you're 2-0. You're at the top of the Big 12, tied with other two teams. At Bishop Carroll High School, you were kind of used to this of being a target on your back, of teams giving you your best effort. As a team leader, if this team keeps winning, it's going to be a big target in the Big 12, and teams are going to start bringing in your best effort. Just how do you think the mindset in this group of guys is going to change if you keep winning it, then stay at the top of the Big 12?
Well, I don't think it's gonna. I think we got a team that is not going to change at all. Polls don't matter. You know, we may be 2-0 in the Big 12, but 2 weeks ago we were sitting at 0-1, and you know, we're not that far away from that. And so you can't get the mentality that, oh, we're winning, we can let up. No, you got to take every day at a time, every play at a time, every rep at a time, and you don't take anything for granted, because in college football, you're gonna get up for the big games against the big opponents, but you're gonna bring it. Every team brings it every week, and that's what we're expecting. And people may have a target on our back, but we got a target on everyone's back that we play, because that's the next opponent that we're playing. And that's always the most important thing is who are you playing this week? What are you doing today? What are you getting better at? And that's our focus, one play at a time and one game at a time, and everything else will take care of itself. I don't think anyone on our team pays attention to any of that or cares about any of that.
Last two here, starting with Jackson.
Noah, Riley had talked about how even when Skylar was out, there wasn't much of a change in the chemistry that Will would have with his receivers. Do you feel the same way as it relates to the offensive line?
Yeah, I do. I think, throughout the season, or at least the preseason, Will got mixed in a decent amount, and we all kind of played with everyone during fall camp and even a little bit into the season and during that bye week. So we had a little bit of continuity with Will. There's a little bit of a difference in his rhythm of the cadence that we got to adjust to, but he did a great job. There was not a single time where I would say there was an issue at all. And like I said, credit to all the guys along the offensive line for adjusting to it and just being ready to go, and everyone being on the same page and everyone doing their job and taking care of the young kid. And he took care of us and made some plays and checked some protections, and he did his job. And that, at the end of the day, is everybody do your job and do it together, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
There's been a lot of talk about some of the freshmen all around the team, but how do you feel specifically about the performance of the younger guys on the offensive line so far?
I am very impressed with like I said, with Carver, with everyone along our offensive line. We obviously are inexperienced or whatever, but Josh Rivas has been getting so much better, and that's a lot to say because he was already a very good player. But I think, now that he is the complete starter and playing all the reps, man, he can be a real dominant force, and he's been working super hard. And I think Ben Adler's been doing a great job. He's a very underrated player. He's been very physical. Christian Duffy's had to bounce around at positions, and he's adapted, and he's playing great football right now. He's playing with great technique. Cooper Beebe has been another. He's a redshirt freshman. He's been I thought he was going to have a big year this season, and he has been exceeding those expectations for me. He's been balling out, and KT really stepped up to the challenge this week, and just got so much better throughout the game. And when he got under fire, he responded, and that's another guy who can be a great player. And if he keeps working at it, he's going to be. And he's improving, and super awesome to see that.
Thanks, Noah. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Last one here, Fitz.
No, to say the least, your path to this college football season has been unconventional in terms of your career. How satisfying is it now that you're a senior, a team captain, and finally seeing college football action at this level?
Man, it's been a long road for sure. I still think back to when I decided that I wanted to play football again, and I was trying to put on that weight and trying to get my strength back, and I was thinking back to what I was visualizing back then, and to be here now, it's very rewarding, and a lot of hard work got put into it, and being in a great situation and having incredible coaches. Coach Riley gets so much out of me that I never thought, I'd be able to get out. He's an incredible coach. He pushes me super hard, and I appreciate him so much. And Coach Kleiman he's the man. He's the absolute man. And Coach Bratt was the guy who gave me a shot off of a text message in November when I hadn't talked to him in probably 6 or 7 months. And I just sent him my own film and asked if I could walk on. He gave me a shot. And, once you get an opportunity, it's just about how much work are you willing to put into it. And, it's a nice feeling to be out there again. And it's just fun. It's just a lot of fun. I miss it a lot.
You are in a unique situation here as a senior during this pandemic, is you could come back next year. Have you thought about that? Maybe getting some more college football time?
Yeah, I'd lie if I'd say it's a thought that hasn't crossed my mind, but I'm 100% just focused on this season and competing every day and getting better every day and trying to put something together here. When I got to make that decision, I'll make that decision. But I couldn't be more happier at K-State or in this program or in this team and with my teammates. And when I got to make that decision, I'll make that decision.
And did I just see a heart cut into your hair?
Yeah, that's actually I don't know which way to turn. I think
It's
this one.
the other way. Yeah.
Skylar Thompson cuts my hair. So if any of you guys have a barber in Manhattan, just hit him up.
So that was his little touch.
Yeah.
Nice.
He's a man.